The 2017 NASCAR Xfinity Series season will be remembered for many things. The last year of cup leeching, the rise of William Byron, the wild last lap at Road America, the debut of Tyler Reddick, the Joe Gibbs controversy, the exciting finish at Michigan, and much more. But no matter what, the narrative would be different without the playoffs. Now to remind you, there is no stage racing, so the points format would be the 2016 format, with first receiving 43 points, second 39, and counting down by 1 point all the way down to 40th, which gets one single point. So with that out of the way, let's break down the 2017 Xfinity Series season. In the opening 6 races, there would only be 2 full-time winners. Ryan Reed would win the season opener at Daytona, and Justin Allgaier would win the race at Phoenix. So after the first 6 races, rookie William Byron would lead the standings by 14 points over defending champion Elliott Sadler. Byron had finishes of 9th, 7th, 14th, 4th, 5th, and 7th in the opening 6 races, and the top 4 drivers would be within 1 race of each other. Byron would continue his consistency with a 12th place finish at Bristol, but his consistency would end with a late crash at Richmond and would end up handing the lead to defending champion and teammate Elliott Sadler. Elliott Sadler, after picking up the points lead at Richmond, would follow it up with a 2nd place finish at Talladega. At Charlotte, he would crash out late but managed to hang on to the points lead. But he would bounce back at Dover with a 7th place finish, and to round off the first 12 races, he would finish 4th at Pocono. So it seemed that after 12 races, defending champion Elliott Sadler picked up right where he left off and had a 9-point lead over teammate Justin Allgaier and a 37-point lead over rookie and teammate William Byron. At Michigan, Sadler would finish 3rd while Byron would excitingly finish 2nd and shrink the gap to 36 points. Allgaier would finish in 16th and would grow his gap to 23 points. At Iowa, William Byron would win his first career race and would now be 25 points behind. Sadler would finish the race in 8th and Justin Allgaier would finish the race in 9th, and he was now 2nd, 23 points back. At Daytona, William Byron would win his 2nd consecutive race while Sadler would finish 2nd and would shrink the gap to 20 points. But their teammate Justin Allgaier's championship run would come to an end.
Byron back out in front.
William Byron with a great job of that side draft to slow the 16 down.
Hard into the wall goes to 33. He collects the 5 of Mike. Lynette, caution comes out. Numerous cars get caught up in this one.
He would crash out of the race and would end up being back in 3rd, 51 points behind and now out of the hunt. At Kentucky, Byron finished the race in 7th while Sadler finished 12th. He was now only 15 points ahead of Byron. At Loudon, Byron finished 3rd while Sadler finished in 7th and would once again shrink the gap to 12 points. At Indianapolis, Byron would get his 3rd win in 5 races while Sadler finished the race in 4th. So a little past the halfway point of the season, it would be a showdown between Junior Motorsports teammates, the champion of Elliott Sadler versus the rookie of William Byron. At Iowa, Byron finished 9th while Sadler finished 12th, shrinking the gap to 4 points. At Watkins Glen, the lead would change hands with William Byron finishing in 10th and Elliott Sadler in 18th. This would give William Byron the point lead by 4 points. But at Mid-Ohio, the point lead for Byron would prove to be short-lived.
His turn 1 has been Hemrick's best. Oh, he stuck his nose in there, but Hornish shut the door quickly.
Well, Sam had to make the corner and slow that 22 car down. Daniel Hemrick almost got into the back of him. And behind, big trouble. A huge wreck going out of turn number 1. That has been a trouble spot all afternoon.
My goodness.
Regan Smith is involved in the green car on the left. Justin Allgaier, who just came off a pit road with fresh tires, he is involved as well.
Caution still hasn't come out yet. I can't imagine why.
Afternoon. All got started around J.J. Yaley, Dylan Lupton, and the 39 of Ryan Sieg.
Yeah, I think William Byron was involved in that too, as I see from one of our other cameras. He's got a lot of front end damage.
They go through turn 1. Sam, like I say, Sam really had to woe it down to make that corner, DJ. Hemrick almost got into the back of him.
Yeah, I think William Byron might have started that spin right behind Elliott Sadler, and that's what triggered all of this, I believe. You can see the 9 car there right in the front of that. He's able to continue, but I believe it was him getting sideways there in turn 1.
This crash would lose him the point lead, and he would now be 16 points behind Sadler. At Bristol, Sadler would extend his lead with a third place finish, while Byron finished a mediocre 22nd and would extend his gap to a huge 36 points. At Road America, Byron would bounce back with a 6th place finish, while Sadler finished in 14th and would shrink the gap to 29 points. But at Darlington, Sadler's consistency would end.
And what a run for Elliott Sadler in the 1. Winner last year, now up to 3rd, and he gets hit into the wall, but he stays straight. He's slowing down now. Caution comes out again. What an unlucky turn of events for Elliott Sadler.
That was an eventful restart. A lot of things going on there. Obviously contact.
That crash would end up losing him a chunk of points, and now with 9 races to go, he would only be 2 points above William Byron. At Richmond, Sadler finished 5th while Byron finished 7th and was now 4 points behind. At Chicagoland, William Byron's championship bid would be weakened.
And then on top of that, we're going to throw some lap times out. That was a 70 or an 80 to try to give the driver, but we see William Byron in the 9 car off the pace here.
Slowing on the racetrack. And William Byron.
Popping in and out of gear, it won't go in gear at all.
Transmission problem.
Okay, here we're coming down pit road, fellas. Come down pit road.
These are the types of mistakes that the 9 of William Byron can absolutely get away with
no
here.
oil pressure at all.
And no oil pressure. They have multiple issues on the 9, but this mistake or this mechanical issue, perhaps is a better thing to call it, can be expounds.
Yeah, with no oil pressure, I know that he said he couldn't get it in gear, but with no oil pressure, that tells me
right
it's a major engine issue that has caused other issues.
Now it's back into white, but it was red for a whole lap.
So they will try to find out what is exactly wrong with William Byron's Xfinity car.
His transmission would go sour and relegate him to a 33rd place finish, while Sadler would finish in 3rd and would extend his gap to 34 points. At Kentucky, Sadler finished the race in 6th while Byron finished 18th and would stretch the gap to 47 points. At Dover, Byron finished in 3rd and Sadler would finish 9th, shrinking the gap to 40 points. At Charlotte, Sadler would finish 10th while Byron finished 16th and would extend the gap to 46 points. At Kansas, Byron finished 4th and Sadler finished the race in 7th, shrinking the gap to 43 points. At Texas, Sadler finished 4th while Byron finished 9th, extending the gap to 47 points. Going into the penultimate race of the season in Phoenix, Sadler had the chance to lock up his 2nd consecutive championship a week early. All he had to do was finish the race ahead of William Byron. Well, he would fail to do so because William Byron would go on and win the race, but Sadler would have a mediocre day and finish 18th and lose a chunk of points to Byron. He would now be 26 points above Byron heading into the finale. If Sadler were to win this championship, he would have to finish 21st or better. At Homestead, Byron started the race in 6th and Sadler in 14th, and both drivers would run inside the top 10 for the majority of the day. And because of this, Byron would be unable to make up any significant points on Sadler. Byron finished 3rd and Sadler finished 8th, and Elliott Sadler would take home his 2nd consecutive championship. So Elliott Sadler would be a 2-time champion and be only the 6th driver to win back-to-back championships. And funny enough, in real life, Sadler never claimed a championship. He would also become NASCAR's first ever winless champion. He would win the title through consistency and making the most of his bad days. And as the saying goes, it's not the good days that make the champion inside of you. Well, that'll do it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week for 2018.